Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome if you're new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, I'm going to be using this purple polygel kit from Makartt. This is the purple theme one, so everything inside of it is purple, which I really love because it is my favorite color. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the quick unboxing. So firstly, we have the 2-in-1 slip solution. You can use this as slip solution for the polygel, and also you can use it to cleanse your nails. We also have a 100/180 grit nail file. Also, we get a new polygel brush, and I love getting new polygel brushes. It's just so satisfying to open, see the new bristles, and yeah, it was so nice. So it has the polygel brush on one side and the spatula on the other. I really love to collect new brushes, even if it's like liner brushes, scrape brushes, cleanup brushes. I think brushes is just like one of my obsessions, especially polygel brushes. Like, I just love to collect them. But we also get a base and a top coat. Both of these bottles are 8 milliliters. Then also we get the 4 polygels. We get a clear, and then we also get 3 shades of purple going from light to dark. But before I swatch these, let's take a look underneath the top of the package. We also get the instructions, and then we also get some dual forms. In my opinion, I feel like they should stop adding dual forms, or kind of make it like a choice whenever you order a polygel kit if you want to have full cover nail tips or dual forms, because I feel like people lean more towards the full cover nail tips now with all of like the new tips and tricks that you can do with full cover nails. But so yeah, these are the swatches here, very quick. As you see, we get a clear and 3 shades of purple going from light to dark, and I love all of these colors. The darker one is a little bit sheer, which I didn't know until I swatched it, but all of them are still very nice. And if you are interested in this kit, I will leave the information down below along with my discount code. So getting into the nail prep, I did just want to show you quickly here how to prep your nails. I don't usually do these steps just because I do pop them off right after, but I do take my cuticle pusher and just push back the cuticles. Then next, with an e-file, I go around the cuticle. Usually I use a cuticle cleanup bit, which I get from Makartt. I'm not sure what this one is called, but I did get it from a pack of drill bits I bought a long time ago on Amazon. I'm pretty sure if you just type in drill bits, you will be able to find a pack with one of these in it, because like I said, I don't really know the name for it. But I also go around the cuticle and just try to get up all of that leftover product and skin from my nail plate, which I didn't have to do much of it. But once I finished, I did see some parts that I had to clip off with my cuticle nippers, so I went ahead and did that very lightly, not too much, because I didn't want to cut off too much. Once I finished doing everything to my cuticles, I finished it off with a cuticle ball bit, and that just kind of polishes up like the finishing touches of your skin. And I love the cuticle ball bit because you can go around the cuticles applying Gel X method, and you also can go over the skin. It doesn't hurt at all. And yeah, I really love it for like finishing off my nail prep. And I am not licensed, I am just a nail enthusiast. I do my own nails, content creator at home, so those steps may not be like from the book or in the exact order, but that is just what I do. So if you feel like that was wrong, you don't have to copy what I do. It's just how I've learned how to prep my nails. But once I finish doing all of that, I do make sure to wipe away all of that dust and debris, because you don't want that to get underneath your manicure or your application. And then I do go in with my UNT peel off base coat. I got that from Amazon, and they do have it back in stock now. They've been out of stock for a while, and one of you guys DM'd me on Instagram and told me it was in stock, and I did go grab a new bottle right away because I really love this for practicing. It helps pop off my nails very easily. And then once I allow that to dry for about 2 minutes, I go over it with a top coat, and then I cure for 30 seconds. And depending on if you want them to pop off a little bit easier, I do recommend going in with 2 layers of base coat. And I don't really know when I'm gonna use 2. Sometimes it just depends on what I'm feeling that day, but for this set I did just do 1 thin layer. Then I let that cure for 30 seconds in my UV LED light. And I did pick out my sizes off camera, but now I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my nail tips, which I'm using the square from Crafts by 9. I cut them down to my desired length, and now I'm using the base coat that actually came from that kit, and I'm just going over my natural nails and where I glue on the tip, because usually I would buff over the surface of my nails. I also forgot to mention that step. Make sure that you dehydrate your nails and remove that shine before you go in with any product if you do want these nails to last. But usually when I do it, I usually take a sanding band or a buffer and just buff over the surface. And I just wanted to give these nails some reinforcement because I didn't do that for this nail set, and I did have some problems later, so that just goes to show that buffing and removing that surface shine really helps a lot. So make sure if you want these nails to last, or at least for a few days, make sure that you do remove all of that surface shine from your nails, and make sure to go in with dehydrator and primer. And for the nail tips, we are done. I'm just pouring some of that 2-in-1 slip surface cleaner into my damping dish, and we can finally get into the application. Right here, I'm just breaking in my brush. Just like the acrylic brushes, you do have to break these in because it has like product on the brush that kind of makes the brush stay in shape until you are ready to use it. So that's just what I did there. It is a smaller brush, so it didn't need much. And then I just wipe that off on a paper towel and get into the application. I did choose the lightest shade of purple. And I'm going to be doing some basic application, very beginner friendly. I'm going to be doing thin layers over all of my nails using this same exact color. And since I haven't done polygel in a while, since I've been doing so many acrylic videos, it's so nice to go back to polygel. It doesn't have a really strong smell, and it's just really easy, but it does take a lot of curing. So I do recommend you put on some UV gloves so that it doesn't tan your skin over time or cause any damage or anything like that, which I did do like eventually. And you will see I had to put on my gloves. I kept reminding myself, but each time I would honestly forget, and once my hand go back into the light, I was just like, dang, I forgot to do it again. So while it was in the light, I had to remind myself literally the entire 30 seconds. I was like, get the gloves, do not forget the gloves. But that's besides the point. You will see me switch to my gloves after about 2 or 3 nails. Like I was getting into, I feel like this would be the perfect demonstration video if you are a beginner to polygel on how to apply it, because this was super easy. It's super simple. I just put a line going down the entire nail. If I do a full coverage using that color, I do like to do maybe 2 or 3 beads depending on how long the nail is. But I am going to be doing some glitter on top of this and encapsulating, so I'm sticking to really thin layers because I don't want this polygel application to be thick. And just like that, I'm already done. As you can see, it's very thin, and I'm not going to worry about smoothing it out too much just because, like I said, other products will be going on top of it. But here again, I will explain. So I just put a line going down the entire nail. And then I dip my brush into the the slip solution that came from the kit, and I always like to work at the nail bed and the cuticle area part first, just because it's just easier to manage, and that way you can just drag all of that rest of the product down if it becomes too much in that area. I just pat that entire line down, just kind of spreading it out to the sides. And then I go back up towards the cuticle area, just kind of perfect that, make sure that it's nice and snug, like right at the cuticle. You don't want this on your skin because if it cures to your skin, it will hurt definitely trying to take it off, and it will burn in the light. So I make sure the cuticle area is nice and laid first, and then I just go on the sides and just kind of pat it out. The only sliding motion I do with my brush is just to kind of fill in the gaps on the side, and then once I'm finished patting it in place, I just kind of smooth over the entire surface. But with this entire polygel application, you will see me just patting it, and this consistency from Makartt makes it a whole lot easier to manage. Every time I do a polygel video, I tell you guys that Makartt has the best consistency for beginners in my opinion, because like you can see, it's very easy to control. I didn't have anything flooding the cuticle. I didn't have to work too hard. I just patted where I wanted it to go, and then once I was finished getting it over the entire surface, I just smoothed it out. And that's basically how I do my applications for polygel. It's super easy, and I learned with polygel first, I believe. I did some acrylic videos, but it was terrible, and polygel is just what I started doing on my channel first. So yeah, polygel to me, it comes very easily now just because I've had a lot of practice. But if you follow all of these steps and just do what I do in this video, trust me, you will get it down too, no matter how long the nails are. Because as you can see, these are 3XL. I didn't cut them down a lot at all. and just that one line, it covered the entire surface, and it was just very easy to do. This application went by very fast. And I was actually surprised. Usually it kind of takes me a while, but like I said, once you just get the hang of it and get in that zone, applying polygel will not cost you a lot of time. And I feel like polygel is super beginner friendly. If you haven't tried any polygel, I do recommend the one from Makartt, and you also can use my discount code. It will be linked down below, and I'll also put it up on the screen. But if you click my referral link, I will leave it down below. It'll automatically apply the discount code. And yeah, I recommend these kits. Makartt has a lot of different polygel kits and colors, and they also have an acrylic line, but if you want to stick to polygel, that is up to you. But I really do love Makartt's brand of polygel, and you also can use this polygel to do the Femi Beauty, aka lazy girl method. I know I love to do it. It's very quick. It's sort of like the press method, like with gel polish or like base coat, but is with polygel, and you also keep on the full cover nail tips, so you don't really need to do much shaping, and it's super easy. I've done it quite a bit on my channel, and yeah, I love that method. I will be doing some lazy girl methods very soon. You also can do them with acrylic, and I'm kind of getting off topic here, but so now that I finished my application, so I did my index nail off camera just because I'm doing it for a reel. I'm starting to like do my reels and like that content kind of separately or different, just because it's easier for me to film. But yeah, here is the base of my application, and I love it so much. Like this color, and to me, I can honestly just buff over the surface of these nails or like file them, make them even, and just add a top coat, because this color is just so gorgeous on its own. I'm gonna be using some of this glitter. I got this glitter from a kit on, well, not really a kit, it was like a bundle of glitter. It had a lot of different ones. I don't really use these that often, just because like I don't really find time to use them, or sometimes I just forget about the colors that I have. But I believe it came in like a 24 piece or a 36 piece, I'm not sure, but I do think I have it linked down below in my Amazon storefront, and if you want to check it out, it will be there, and I think like the nail art part. But before I go in with my decorations or the design I'm gonna do on these nails, since my nails do have a sticky layer from curing this polygel, I'm taking some of that 2-in-1 slip solution and nail cleaner, and I'm just going over the surface because I don't want this glitter to stick in areas I don't want it to stick to. But for the parts that I do want it to stick to, I'm going to be taking some of that base coat from the kit and just applying it where I want the glitter to be. Super simple. I'm just going to be adding the glitters how I want. For like the base of the layer, since these do have bigger sequin glitters and also smaller ones, because you can see it has like really fine pieces, it has some medium, then it also goes up to the bigger ones. I do want to put these smaller ones sort of in the background, just so that if there is spaces between the bigger ones, it doesn't really show as much. And once the smaller glitters kind of took over the base coat, it got harder to apply them, so I did just eventually you'll see me take the base coat and just kind of drip some base coat over where I want to put them, and then just press them into the base coat, just so that it's easier to apply and get them right where I want them to be. Like I mentioned in the beginning, or at least I thought I mentioned it, these nails are sort of based off a design I seen a while ago. I will try to find it, but if not, then I'm not really sure who to credit. I think I remember how the nails look, but I'm just going off memory of how I believe I saw them. I'm not sure, but it's actually very simple, and that is just how I knew like how to create these. I remember seeing this trend, those geode nails based off like the rock, like those stones, very pretty designs. They're called geode nails, I think I'm pronouncing it right, but those nails are just so pretty. I saw a lot of them a while ago, like last year, springtime, and I wanted to recreate it. I felt these purples would look very nice, since I wanted to do something very simple. This is inspired by the geode stone. I believe it's like from like lava rocks or something like that. You can Google it if you want to get like the exact facts, but I don't really feel like googling it right now, so I'm just basing it off my memory of what I remember. But these designs are so pretty. I love how other people did theirs, and since this is polygel, I felt like I could have did a little bit more, like add some marble. I do want to try it with acrylic as well, just because I feel like I'm able to do a little bit more. I always say that just because, like, I don't know, I feel like acrylic, since it is a little bit more watery, you can just kind of like blend it easier, you can do a marble easier. Yeah, it's just stuff I feel like is so much easier with acrylic, but polygel, I feel like polygel is a lot easier for beginners. But once I cured those glitters into place, I'm taking these gold foil flakes and just outlining all of that glitter, and it did make the design look a whole lot better when I just kind of put them like overlapping it, not really making it a straight line. Like, as you can see, some of the foils overlap the glitters, but putting it in a straight line, I feel like it would have just gave it such a boring look. So I really loved how this foil part turned out. And I did apply some base coat before. I didn't mention it, but I did show it. I put some base coat all around the glitters, and I'm just putting these foil plate pieces where I want them to go. This is a pre-shredded jar of foil flakes from me. I did get like a huge container from Shein, and I just grind them by grinder and put them in this little jar that I got from Amazon. The bigger, like the longer pieces of the foils, it really helped make like the design a lot easier and faster compared to if I had to keep picking up the smaller pieces, and just like it would have been a really tedious process if I work with the smaller ones. So getting the longer pieces, it really helped out a lot. And just like that, it's super easy. I cured them in place, and that's just what I'm going to be doing for all of the other nails. Just putting them in random spots. For this one, I am going to be doing 2 patches of glitter just to kind of make it a little bit different, and you know, just add some spice to it, letting them be the same design but not all have the same placement. So yeah, that's it. I don't really feel like I need to explain anything else. I feel like this was a really super cute design, and it was super easy. And I'm gonna be doing that for this nail as well. My pinky and thumb will be different, but yeah, that's basically all I'm going to be doing, adding some of these glitters and foil pieces. So I'm just gonna let you watch this part here play out. I also did want to say, a lot of people have been asking me about my 50,000 subscriber giveaway. I do still have it coming. I didn't get to finish it in December like I planned, because there was a mix-up or something that happened with the third giveaway where someone who wasn't the winner claimed that prize, and it almost shipped to them, and I was so upset. Like, it was just taking a little bit more time to get it out, making sure I had the correct winners. So by the time December was over, I just didn't really do it, and the post office were closed for like December, New Year's and everything like that. So I didn't get a chance to do it, and now I'm just trying to catch up and be on schedule of my videos so I won't feel so behind. So it's still coming. I do have some Christmas items in there. Since I did want to give it away during Christmas, it kind of doesn't make sense, but it's also like still items that you can use. So I'll probably just add maybe 3 or more things in there, since I did have you guys wait for so long. Yeah, I did want to mention that just because a lot of people have been asking me, but I do plan to do it very soon. I promise you guys, it's still coming. And I'm super excited for it. And honestly, I love doing giveaways on my channel. If I could do one every month, I will. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that, let you guys know it's still coming. So while the rest of this part played out, before I go, I did want to say I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you are enjoying it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you are here watching and you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe. It really helped my channel out a lot. And also, if you are feeling generous, leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in a second. So once I cured these two nails, I kind of felt like I wanted to add something else because like me, I'm always thinking of something different, and sometimes it really like messes up the nail design or I don't feel confident. But for these, I kind of wanted to add some of these little hard metal pieces since I am using some glitters just to give more to the look. I also have like this little molding piece that I got from Shein. You just put like the metal embellishment or whatever it is. You can use a sequin piece as well. You just put it in the center, and then there's another little piece where you just press it down so it creates a curve. Now these hearts were already kind of curved, but this tool did kind of help a little bit more to create a bigger curve so that it does place nicely on the nail and it doesn't stick up when you are encapsulating. So I did place it on my ring finger. I loved how it looked in the middle. And then I tried two more on my ring finger, but I didn't really like the placement. I loved it, but I didn't really like the placement, so I did decide to remove them, and now I'm going on to my pinky. Like I said, my pinky is not going to be the same. I just decided to do something different. I don't know why, I just wanted to do something different on my pinky. So I'm just kind of putting the glitters. Like I said last time, I do love this little swirly glittered look, so that's kind of what I'm going for, but not adding too many glitters. And then I'm also going to be adding two more of those metal hearts, which I really love how this nail turned out, but I kind of wish I did a little bit more to it. But what made me really love it is the hearts and the foils. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of foils. You will see in a second. I'm just going to add small little pieces of foils just to kind of, like I keep saying, give it like a more prettier look to it. And I'm just going to be adding the items where I see fit best, and once I finish, I'm going to cure them all in place. So I finished my nails. Like I said, I also did my index nail off camera for a reel. Make sure that you are following me on Instagram. Whenever I post these nails, I'll probably post that reel the next day. Just make sure that you are following me on Instagram. Please go show me some love over there. The new update, like the algorithm, hasn't really been loving my post that much. So if you could, just please go ahead over there, follow me, and like a few of my pictures. But this is the base application. I made sure everything was cured nicely into place, and now I'm taking that clear from that kit and I'm gonna be encapsulating all of my nails. I do love how this kit came with a clear. I do believe all of their colored themed kits like this also come with a clear, since you do have the colors. A clear is just something that's necessary because you never know when you have to encapsulate or the different designs you want to do. But for this encapsulation, as you can see, I'm just doing it exactly the same way I did with applying that purple color. I put a line going down the entire nail. I go ahead and start to pat it to the sides, and then just finish off the sides, patting it into place, and then also smoothing out the sides a little bit. And that's basically what I'm doing. I did have to remind myself to keep this encapsulation part a little bit thinner than I usually do, because for some reason whenever I work with polygel, my nails always come out super fat and thick and bulky. Well, not really bulky, they just are just so super thick because I've added so much polygel thinking that it's not going to be enough. As you can see, I'm just making sure that it's smooth on the sides, keeping it very thin, although I did go over with a little bit more clear polygel off camera to the parts where I do have like my glitters and foils and a little bit of those embellishment hearts. I wanted to make sure I couldn't foul through them or mess up the design whenever I went into foul. So yeah, I did do that off camera, but I'm just keeping my encapsulation very simple. I'm going to be showing you two nails on camera, and I'm going to be doing the rest off camera For my index nail, I didn't even realize how like crooked that heart was. It's kind of bothering me looking at it. I don't know how I didn't realize that. Probably because I was trying to get like a really nice angle of me filming it that I didn't realize. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up this encapsulation, and I will come back to you guys in a second. So this is all of the nails. Once I finish encapsulating them, like I said, I did do the rest off camera, and this is what it looks like. I do feel like my application for my encapsulation was very nice. I feel like they weren't too thick. Some of the apexes aren't really that big or how they should be, just because I don't really feel like I focus too much on the apex unless I'm like really practicing, or because sometimes I do like my nails to look a little bit thinner than what they supposed to be. Like, I don't know why, I just love the thin nail look. Once I finish wiping away the tacky layer with that 2-in-1 slip and surface cleaner, I do take the nail file that came in the kit using the 100 side, since it is a little bit coarser than the 180 side. I'm just reshaping, giving my nails a little bit more shape to them, and then once I finish redefining the shape, then I go ahead and file over the surface just to get it smooth and just even it out. Like I said, I did add a little bit more polygel over where my glitters and embellishment pieces are, not over the entire nail. So a little bit at the tip and a little bit over on the side where the glitter is at the top. It needed a little bit more filing to make it even with the rest of the nail. Yeah, that's just how I do all of my filing. I do go around my cuticle area with an e-file. Then I also finished up like some of my cleaning underneath the nails. I do feel like that helps your nails come out a whole lot better if you don't file like underneath or like file the bridge area at the tip of the nails. If you don't do that step, I do recommend. I do feel like it helps to give your nails a more like nicer look to them. Yeah, that's just how I'm going to be finishing up my nails. And once I got like close to finishing this one, it did end up popping off because like I said, I didn't buff over the surface of my nail to remove that shine. And then I also added a peel off base coat, so it just made the nail pop off a lot easier. And I had a feeling, since I didn't do that for all of my nails, I felt like they all was gonna come off. So once I finished showing this on camera, I did just decide to finish the rest of the filing off camera. But the only good thing about this to me is that sometimes I really have a hard time getting the free edge. So once I do have them off my finger, I can really hold them right and just go ahead and get like the free edge and make it really crispy. So yeah, I feel like that is the only nice part about them popping off when I'm filing, but it's super annoying to keep having to reapply them. And yeah, so I just went ahead and finished them all off camera, and just as I thought, they all did fall off except for my ring finger. So yeah, I just finished the rest of them off camera. It does help when I'm not filming just because it does go by a lot faster. I'm not trying to get them in frame and everything. So I did go ahead and finish the filing, shaping, and buffing off camera. I did go ahead to wash my hands, and now I'm not going to be adding any nail art, any other designs, any charms or rhinestones. So I'm just going to be taking that top coat that came inside of this purple polygel kit and just going over all of my nails, and then I'm going to cure. And that's all we're going to be doing to this nail set, just because I feel like the design, it speaks a lot for this nail set. So I'm just going to add the top coat, cure, add some cuticle oil, and I'll be back to show you guys what the finished nails look like. Once I was done rubbing in my cuticle oil to re-nourish my cuticles, this is how the finished nails look, and I love how these nails turned out. I really love how easy it was to achieve this design. It was really fast. I was able to finish this video and edit all in one day, although I am doing the voiceover the next day. But this was very simple. It was super easy. I didn't have a lot of complications at all, just because this polygel application was so easy and so nice. I just love everything about this. Although one of the things I don't really like about this nail set is the heart placements. I don't know why. I feel like since there isn't any hearts on the middle finger, it just kind of throws it off. There's only one on the ring and index nail, and there's two on the pinky and two on the thumb. I don't know, I just feel like the placement of the hearts just kind of get me, but I really do love how this set turned out. And these nails being purple, geode inspired nails, it's just so gorgeous. I really love them in the sunlight. I will leave everything down below for you guys to check out that I use. You can use my discount code, and from Makartt I do earn commission, so if you do purchase with my discount code, that is a way to support me, and which I've really been appreciating you guys doing for the past purchasers. And so yeah, that's it for today's video. I really enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think down below of this nail set, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.